Hey, I wanted to talk about some stuff. Today, September the 20th, 2022, welcomes my second grandbaby to the world, Jackson. Ain't that cool? You know, I'm like, wow. So, having the grandbaby being born, it's not like it was when your kids were born, but you still had the baby being born jitters, so to speak. I had to work today, and several people told me, said, I wouldn't have worked today with my grandbaby being born, but um, I want to take off. I work 6 days a week, been doing it since Father's Day 2022 with inflation and trying to catch up with everything. And, you know, um, look at all these gurus on YouTube. About the only way you're going to make it is if you work a job that is not bound by a salary, where you can earn as much as you want, like selling real estate or, buying real estate, getting commission based. But if you work for hourly wage, about the best you can do is 401k, and you know how that's going. So we're just trying to make it. Everything's about doubled this year. But man, another grandbaby. The first one's 3 years old. He's in little school, and I'm getting older, and I got to watch what I'm doing, and getting little gray hairs everywhere, and no hair up top. And I'm 51 and got two grandbabies. Wow. So my wife, she's spending the night at the hospital with my daughter, and so she's up there all happy. She has to be careful because she can't go too far with her heart. And then next week she's going to be going out of town. But it was funny because I love my wife, so I'm not bad mouthing her. So don't get me the wrong way. But she has health problems, and she's also has a lot of dealing with certain situations, like calling doctor. I'd always have to do it for her, and it's kind of hard because money's tight, so I'm having to work, and she's having to do a little bit of stuff. But she took my daughter to the hospital, and as a planned, C-section, so they knew what time period they had to be there and everything for the second grandbaby. And I'm on break, and my wife locks the keys and her pocketbook and everything in the car. And I'm like, she said, well, you didn't want to get off work. You got to get off work now. And I was like, well, what about State Farm or AAA? The shadow I got here, thought I had something. But she said that, and my daughter said, Mama can't handle that. So I thought it was kind of funny because, imagine this big old circle, and my wife gets so super focused. All she sees is a circle. And then I'm out here and I'm trying to be objective and not get drawn in the circle. But sometimes I get drawn in the circle. And I'm thinking, well, call State Farm. We got this told Mama can't do that. And I said, man. So I said, well, did you call? Did she call her husband? And she said, well, I called. And then he come up there, and so it was going to work. So, I got pulled in the circle, and sometimes I don't make the best decisions. So I said, man, what'd I do? So I told him, I said, okay, when you get here, call me, and I'll bring the key out to you. So I went over to the table to all the little setup people and the maintenance techs, and I said, hey, man, can I have y'all's phone number? So I can't pull my phone out on the floor. Can I have y'all's phone number so I can give it to my my family so they can call you guys when they get here, coming to get key? And one guy in my earlier video, he said, don't be king of the termite hill. So you had to scroll back. He's looking like that. He says, why don't you just put your key in the car and tell him to come get the key, and then he can lock the car? Oh, man. So I said, that's why you're such a high promotion, because you're so smart. So when you get drawn in the circle, sometimes you don't think of those good little ideas. So I did that, and I said, "Hey, man, the key's in the car," and he said, "Cool." So he come got the key, locked the truck, and then he went to save my wife, and then my wife's got some money, so she said, "Well, I need money." I said, "Well, you got the card for your trip next week." She has to go to Charleston, all kind of tests, because she has to take a nitroglycerin pill, and you can only take 3 of those. No medical advice. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just telling the situation. So do your own medical advice. I don't want to get the video took down. So no medical advice. But she can only do so many in a certain amount of time. So hopefully I'm not saying anything wrong, because I want my channel to stay up. So anyway, she has to take those medicine. And they help her when her heart's not doing right. So, I love her. And then the young lady, she went through a little breakup, or the guy she was living with, and I'm trying to do all this sitting at the break table, and everybody's looking at me like, "What's going on?" So then I had to give them a courtesy explanation so they don't assume more than what's going on, because they know what's going on, then they forget about it. But if you don't tell them, then they're like. But anyway, she said, "Man, good luck with that." And I said, "Well, I've been dealing with it for 26 years. This ain't nothing new." She just looked at me like, and I don't even think she's 26 yet. So she has no idea. But, it's good. I love my little wife. Love my little grandbabies. Hopefully I get to spend some time with them. But now it's like, I got 2 of them. What'd I do? One of them trying to be holding, and the other one, I had to watch him run. And I'm like, I can hold the other one for about a year till he starts running. And then the other one's going to be probably hitting me while I'm holding the other one. "Hey, come over here. Come over here." So it's cool. It's cool. Like they grow up. I remember seeing my little nephew, and he said, "Hey, man," and he remembers me, and I guess he still likes me as his uncle. And he had a big old motorcycle. I was like, and the guy's so smart. He can wheel and deal and get stuff. I've never been like that. I tried to have a little store where I could go to yard sales, wheel and deal, and I'd love to do that now, and this drop shipping thing, but it takes time. Nobody's got money, and you had to be able to convince people. Sales is a skill. Just look at that guy on Shark Tank, Mr. Smiley. Sales is a skill. If you're a good salesman, you make a lot of money. But I tried to sell all kind of stuff. The only thing I was good at selling was cheap stuff. Like for a cause. I used to ride a bike around the neighborhood when I was little. It's probably dangerous to do that now. But this was back in the day. No advice. Not telling anybody what to do. But we would have magazines, and I never sold fruit, but sold like boxes of candy or Christmas stuff, and raised money for whatever program they had going on. And I remember I was in the Cub Scouts. My mom was like a Cub Scout leader, and they had a bake sale, and we was going up all over town, a little bitty town out in the country, telling everybody, "Hey, there's a bake sale." And we was on bicycles like a little gang of Cub Scouts, recruiting everybody to come to the bake sale. So, yeah, good old days. But yeah, it just reminds me, the grandbaby. Another grandbaby. And he looks just like his daddy. So, but he's got a little bit less hair than I do right now. No hair here, but it'll probably fill in. But I think it's going to be a red hair. Red hair. So we'll see next however long it takes for people to figure out what kind of hair they got. We'll see how long it takes. You know, some people are like real blonde when they're little, and then they grow up and it turns dark. Like mine was real bright red, and now it's dark red, and I don't know if it's gray or white, something. But man, be grandbaby, second grandbaby. So it's kind of cool. Kind of cool, you know. Yesterday, my wife said, "You gonna take the day off for grandbaby?" I said, "Well, I'm trying to save the days because she wants to go on vacation. You know, I can't take days off for here, and go on vacation. You know, if I still got it, if everything's still going good, you never know." But we went. You know, my wife's crazy, and I love her. I'm doing this in case I don't remember it one day, or she don't remember it. Or, you know, other people going through things and just realize it ain't that bad. This is normal. But like my wife said, her sister had a dog, you know, like a terrier. And I got a little video of it. Well, my wife got a new baby or my wife got a new dog. But man, I want this dog. She said, we got to go now, you know, and I got up at 3:30 in the morning on Sunday. And then I got off work at 2. And then my son got sick, so he didn't go to work, so I had to pick him up at 11 at night. But I had to go all the way to Greenwood. We were supposed to meet in Greenwood, her sister. We ended up meeting, and we had to go all the way to her house, you know, in Hickory Tavern. So, it's a long way. And I think I got some video from yesterday. If I can put it all together, it probably won't make any sense, but you got any questions, just ask. Don't say nothing mean. But anyway, we got this dog, and it looks like it's been through a lawnmower. It's all matted up. And we watched the dog yesterday. Watched the dog yesterday mostly, and trying to see how they would interact. And he didn't run off, but he don't go on the pee-pee pad. He leaves big old piles of dog stuff. And then he's kind of, the other dog was real jealous. And my wife that's the first dog we ever took on vacation, little man. So my wife's sister said she wants the dog back. So we're going to take the dog back. But, because the dog just barks and barks and barks. Now, she might keep it when she comes home because she's at the hospital a couple days. But she's getting, like, with her health problems, she thinks she's Rambo. And she's like, ooh, I can't do that. You know, but she don't realize she can't do that. So, you know, I have an idea I can't do something before I even try. I can't do that. You know, I used to, but not anymore. But she's like, oh, I can do that. Oh, I can't do that. You know, that's how it gets old. Your brain is bigger than your body. But yeah, and she's up there loving the grandbaby. She's a baby whisperer. You know, the baby be crying, wah. My wife, you know, baby whisperer. So, you know, she has a skill. They just, they don't know what to think of me. Like, is he another baby? He's missing his hair, but he's got this stuff on his face. I don't know what to think of him yet. That's what babies look at me like. You know, that's what I get. They don't know what to think of me. But yeah, I'm excited. Excited for another grandbaby. It's gonna be cool. Gonna be cool. Hopefully I can, I don't know if I deleted these videos, but I'll try to put where we ate and a little bit commenting on some of the trip we had and all that. It's a long video, but, you know, I got excited today because YouTube is supposed to launch some cool stuff next year with this shorts program. So they're going to pay people, but you got to stay within the guidelines. I got to look those up so I know what they are. But pretty much you can't do anything bad. or talk about anything that you ain't supposed to talk about, whatever that is. But they will let you know. I just put a video up in January. I forgot about it. And last week they told me it violated the guidelines. And I was like, y'all could have told me 10 months ago. But anyway, I guess nobody watched it till now. So at least thank y'all for watching it. But I'm sorry it wasn't in the guidelines. I don't know what I said. I must have said something about medical. And, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say anything about medical. But I was like spending time with a crazy family. And, this is iPhone 13. I got a terabyte of memory, but I don't save all these videos. I upload them to YouTube and then I delete them. And with iPhone, you delete them and then it shows you have 29 days or 30 days and it gets always 0, it deletes it off your phone. But you can go ahead and delete it twice. But I just delete them once because every now and then I have to restore it. Oh man, I forgot I needed that. But anyway, thanks for watching. And wish me luck being a granddaddy to the second power. I just made my mama a great grandma to the second power. But yeah, I'll try to add that other stuff.